Hey guys, happy Wednesday. I'm Darel Daik, owner and CEO of Noble Mortgage and Investments, here with your weekly mortgage market update. Also wanted to start off by saying happy National Dog Day. This is my dog Bachelor that I get to bring to the office every day, so it's nice having him around, and hope everybody has spent a little time with their dog today. Please share your picture of your pup on our Facebook page or on your own. We'd love to see it. So wanted to start with that. Anyway, we had some really good news on the conventional front this week. For those of you that don't pay attention to the mortgage market like I do, Fannie and Freddie came out with a refinance fee recently that was 50 basis points. And this fee was going to be transferred on to the consumers. Well, this is bad news because it makes it more expensive to refinance. So I've been telling everybody for months now, refinance, 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 whether it's your primary residence or investment property, because the rates have even dipped into the 1%, high ones on the primary residences and the mid threes on investment properties. So Fannie and Freddie recently came out and said because of all the losses they've taken since COVID-19, a lot of it having to do with allowing borrowers not to pay their mortgage and postpone it, and you do forbearance plans and things like that. So they thought they'd add a fee. Well, this fee was going to be passed down to the consumer, of course, like everything is. Well, it was supposed to come out September 1st, which is in a week or so, right? Well, now they've had some lawmakers that came back and said, well, that's not a good idea. You're punishing everybody because of COVID-19. So now they've actually pushed that back to December 1st. So again, if you have not refinanced your primary residence or your investment property, please give us a call. It won't cost you anything for us to run the numbers. Again, if you're paying over 4% for investment properties and over 3% for a primary residence, it might make sense to refinance. If it doesn't, we'll tell you. We'll run the numbers for you and tell you exactly if it makes sense or not. But if it does, it makes a lot of sense. I bought my house just a little over a year ago, and I already refinanced it at right around 3%. I probably should have waited a little bit longer, but the rates were low enough, and so I'm happy with my rate. So anyway, call us if we can help you with that, 713-680-8100. And again, as always, if you have any questions on anything mortgage related or real estate oriented, send me an email, askdarel, that's ASKDAREL @noblemortgage.com. Those emails go straight to me. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have, whether you're working with those or not. We had a great event last night. We had Kevin Shelton, who is a builder and does flips as well. He shared his story and so forth. We actually were doing it on a bi-weekly basis, and we were doing it around midday, but we decided to do it in the evening last night. So we did it yesterday at 7 o'clock. It was kind of a little happy hour since we can't do happy hours anymore. Anyway, great turnout, lots of good questions, lots of good learnings from Kevin and how he got started and some of the mistakes he made and pitfalls he found into and some of his success stories as well. Anyway, great to hear his story, and always good to hear from someone that took, real estate lightly at first and kind of was just dabbing his toe into it, and then ended up going full time, and that's what he's doing full time now as a real estate investor. So he's a builder and a flipper as well. So very interesting. Our next event coming up is September 8th, which is our real estate virtual network. It's going to be at 11 o'clock with Cameron Tope. He's a property management company. He's going to discuss if you're a landlord, does it make sense to manage them yourself, or does it make more sense to hire a property manager? So always good to hear that perspective from our property manager. Also on September 15th, we have a webinar with Jason Bible. I will be talking about financing, and Jason Bible will be talking about real estate in a post-COVID world. So that'll be interesting. Jason always has a lot to say if you follow him on Facebook. And then our next Rev Happy Hour is Don Scott, who was also last night, who's friends with Kevin Shelton. Don Scott is a full-time real estate investor that we've done a lot of business with. He started off just kind of buying rentals one or two at a time, and now he's doing it full-time as a full-time real estate investor, and he's bought all kinds of things. Don's a great guy. You'll love his story. He not only has rental properties, he has multifamily investments. He's even bought some small businesses. It's okay, Betch. And so it'll be good to hear his story, and that's up September 22nd. If you want any more information about these events, come to our website. Go to our website at noblemortgage.com and just click on events, and you can register there. So your weekly tip, of course, is going to be about the hurricane, right? We have Hurricane Laura in the Gulf. Although it looks like it's going to miss us to the east, everybody's watching it very, very, very closely because it is coming awfully close to Houston. And a lot of our Houston investors actually have properties probably further to the east in the Beaumont area. So right now it's forecasted to hit right at the Texas-Louisiana line. Of course, we're praying for those people, but also thankful that's not going to hit Houston. But I thought it'd be a good time to touch base about what do you do in a hurricane? What do you do if you have rental properties? So the number one thing I always tell people to do is find your insurance policy. find your insurance policy, make sure, number one, you have it on hand, and also, number two, review it and see what it covers and what it doesn't cover. I remember when I had a hurricane hit Houston several years ago, and I had some water damage in my house. Well, my insurance company didn't cover it because it was considered wind-driven rain. So you have to read the fine point. So they didn't cover the rain because it was wind-driven rain. So that was interesting. But review it, make sure you have it on hand, number one. Number two, take pictures of your property. Go around, take pictures of your whole property, inside and out, so you have that documented for your insurance company. First thing you should do probably actually is check in with your tenants. Check in with your tenants, make sure they're okay, see what their plan is. Are they planning on staying? Are they planning on leaving? Kind of get an assessment from them, tell them you're probably going to be coming by the house and taking pictures of it and so forth. If you have gutters and storm drains, you want to clear those. That's always helpful. If anything around the windows like screens or AC units or fans that are kind of hanging inside, go inside the window, you want to remove those altogether so they can't be torn out and so forth. If there's anything loose in the yard, potted plants, any hoses, anything like that that could be lifted up very easily, you definitely want to remove those from the yard. And that's it. So that's a pretty easy process. Obviously, you could board up your windows if it gets that extreme. Luckily, it looks like this thing's going to miss us. So anyway, that's your weekly tip and your mortgage market update. Again, we can do anything for you. Give us a call, 713-680-8100, or you can email me at askdarel, that's ASKDAREL @noblemortgage.com. And you guys have a very, very safe Wednesday.